and you tell a story in the third grade, Tim Tetrault, and
Mm.
how he was scared to ski at all. But do you remember the story about him and how he learned to overcome his fear?
Yeah, so his neighbor was one of the, top age group ski jumpers. And so he outgrew his jumping skis. So he just went next door, knocked on the door, and said, Mike, I've outgrown these skis. So I'm giving them to you. You want to go up on the hill with me? And again, to Mike, Jeff was like, Mike Bruner, he really looked up to him and he didn't want to let him down. So even though he was petrified of this ski hill, here was this guy, this boy, older boy, he really looked up to, saying, I want you to do this with me. So he went up on the hill. He remembers very clearly that first run, being petrified the whole way down, landing on the bottom and going, oh my gosh, that was so scary. Let's do it again. And Mike and Jeff became to this day, they are the highest ranking, most successful ski jumpers that the United States has ever produced. And that's how it started is, Jeff knocking on Mike's door and saying, here are some skis, let's go do this. So,
And
and
parents, what we know is that in order for kids to have agency, one of the biggest skill sets they need to do is grow the muscle of overcoming fear and
yeah.
actually challenge themselves to things that scare them. And
And
that's the perfect
also,
example.
again, it wasn't the parents. The parents weren't even involved in this. In fact, I remember Mike telling me stories of things they would do in the summer where they would like climb on the roofs and jump off and do all these things that parents, had they known these things were going on, would have been horrified, would have put a stop to it. But it was play. It was play for them that was developing all of these muscles that they had no idea. They were just having fun. But it actually was great conditioning, off-season conditioning, if you will, for what they would be doing in the winter. And that's the thing, like Mike and Jeff, I mean, there's no money in ski jumping in America. A lot of these sports that the Norwich athletes excelled in, there's no money. They aren't the glamour sports of the Winter Olympics. And maybe that's part of the story too, is that, maybe the competition isn't as fierce in these sports where there's not as much money. Kids go for the sports where they think that they can be professional athletes and make a career of it. Although, as you make clear in your book, that's a fallacy too.